I was doing some dancing.
Yeah.
When that one strum, when it slows down, I went and saw myself and made me giggle.
All right.
Hello. What's up? It is Jomboy and Jake Radio. It's June 3rd, top 5 month for Jake. So here we are.
Stop. Not a thing.
You don't think this is top 5?
I think it is, but
okay, there we go. It's top five month for Jake. Baseball's in full swing. We're now more than a third of the way through the season. Hockey playoffs are in the last leg. Same with the NBA. Got a lot of fun stuff. Got some weird, fun stories at the end of the show. And I'm excited, and Jake's excited, and everyone's excited. Should I just latch on to that, Jake?
Oh, I was praying you won it.
No, that's the month thing you're praying it with.
Yes.
I keep saying at the start of every show, I'm excited, Jake's excited, you're excited, let's go. And I think it might be my thing.
I like it. Yeah, I think the first time that happened, I told you I like that. Because it was genuine, it was not forced, and it was you. Like, we're all excited. Let's do it.
So are you saying I can only say it when it's genuine, or should I make it my intro?
No, because that's not how life works, unfortunately. You found it, and now you have to die with it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an intro. I'm excited. Jake's excited. We're excited.
Well, now we're just re-introing the intro. So
we'll intro everything. How you doing on this fine Monday morning? Actually, afternoon, because we're a little late.
I'm all right, man. Back in Denver. First routine day I've had in like 2 weeks or so, which is pretty wild. And yeah, man, body's feeling good, mostly because it's not what my body was feeling for like a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm excited. There was some good, it was an exciting weekend. Yankees, Red Sox. I got to catch the end of the Warriors Toronto game, which was perfect. And yeah, man, we did some cool stuff. We were at the stadium Friday night. Sweet life. So I'm doing generally well, man. How are you doing?
We have a crowd of people that may not know this, but a video of you modeling has 5 million views on the internet, went super viral. I know that we talked about it on Talking Yanks yesterday a little bit, but there might be a YouTube crowd, because it's not on YouTube, but it's on everywhere else it can be. You're a viral model. Some real models, Jake, would pay
kill to have what I had.
For the exposure you just had.
But they can't do what Poppy Gordo does, you know? I mean, that's everybody want to be big, but nobody wants to lift that heavy ass weight.
Which is you.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. And you and I, it was pretty funny because if you hadn't seen it, there was this video of a girl who was taking so many photos at a Yankees game, like unbelievable. And she's gorgeous, and she was taking pictures at the Yankee game, looking to get that great picture. Turns out she's like a French model of sorts, but it turned into like this social topic because, you know, guys were saying, oh, watch the game, and the Barstool guys that posted it was kind of a joke, but then you got sexism flying around, blah, blah, blah. And then I texted you, like the light bulb went off. I was like, yo, next time we go to a Yankee game, we have to recreate this. And you're like, when I watched that, I thought the exact same thing. And so we did it in our suite, which was kind of hilarious because we were like, it was my first time ever in a suite for a sporting event. So it's like, all right, let's be well behaved and have a good time. Let me start off modeling in my crop top. And then it went on Barstool, Unilad, and some other places. And yeah, crazy amounts of views. So yeah, that was my first fully viral moment. Mama, I made it.
Yeah.
So,
and I have now in my phone 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's 4 times 8?
nobody knows. 24?
Luke, you're a math
28?
intern now. What's
28.
4 times 8 is 28?
I don't think that's right.
What is it? 32, Luke says. 32
I was
plus
close.
3 is
I was
35.
getting there.
You were getting there. A couple more seconds, you would have had it.
24, 28, 32. Look at that.
Yeah. We have 35. I have 35 photos of you modeling in my phone.
Yeah.
It feels like a waste not to do something with these, so I think I may make wallet prints of them and just have them as giveaways.
Yeah.
Like you sign up for Talking Yanks Patreon, the second tier, if we ever do that, this goes in your goodie bag.
It would be a review thing. Get some reviews of it.
They're so funny, Jake.
They're good pictures.
They're really, when you go individually, this is my first time ever scrolling through them individually. They're really good. You look so gay.
Thanks,
You look so good.
I had the pride community rallying around me. I had homophobes mad at me. I had women happy with me. I had women mad at me. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was pretty wild to see who was happy and who was mad. But for the most part, people, like someone asked me, like, is the LGBT community mad? And I was like, I think they're in full support. I think they get it. Like, we're on their side.
Yeah, they're in full support. I think a lot of them think I'm on their team, which I'm not, but I'm still supportive. Like I'm on the bench.
Well, you're in the crowd.
I'm in the crowd.
Yeah, you're in the crowd rooting on.
I don't know if they sub me in. I'm curious,
All right, we're gonna get to all the sports in the news. But
How are you doing? Where's your headspace at? Because you did the same stuff as me, but you have a busy week coming up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say to you before we started the show, and then I said we're not allowed to have private conversations anymore. But I'm excited to start a week. Katie's parents are coming. I'm excited to hang out with them, but they know that I have to work, and I didn't realize that bachelor party and then having you come into town, and there was 2 days in between where Luke was here and I was we're going over things. And I felt like I haven't sat down and done a 9 to 5 in a while, and it's so weird that I'm excited to do this.
Yeah,
I got a breakdown out yesterday, the Max Scherzer one.
Yeah,
it's got 125,000 views on Twitter and a bunch on YouTube as well. I don't know. So I was like, cool. All right, let's go back to the grind. Start making more breakdowns. Start doing this. I got so much behind the scenes stuff I have to do. And 250,000 on YouTube. Holy fuck. The YouTube views are getting crazy.
Yeah. And I think Scherzer's surprisingly one of the better well-known names in baseball. Just he's the crazy pitcher with the crazy eyes.
Yeah, it was.
He's been in some different markets. I think that helps too, because he's not a national name, but he's still if you know baseball, you know Scherzer, which you can't say for a lot of guys.
There's probably 10 guys you can say that out.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments on that Scherzer video said, "Oh, real nice, calling people psychos and crazy. Come on, he's just a baseball player." And I was Jake, but I get that I get that for most people. I understand where they're coming from. I just responded, when Scherzer's on the mound, he's a psychopath.
He's a mental patient.
That's not hyperbole.
No.
When he's on the mound, that dude's a fucking lunatic.
And
if he acted how he acts on the mound in any other walk of society, he'd be detained.
Locked up. He'd be they'd reopen Alcatraz to host him there.
You can't have that guy walking the streets.
No, and there's so many athletes like that because you have to be.
Light switch athletes. I love it.
CC Sabathia, he talks about it all the time. He loses himself on the mound.
Tom Brady's actually a really big light switch athlete too.
Ndamukong Suh. I'm getting there. He's on the field. He's almost an all-time bad guy. Off the field, he's this great, soft-spoken, nice guy. But if you're an athlete, a lot of people need to have that switch. Otherwise, you're a bad guy. You're Bill Romanowski, and everyone like hates you.
Yeah.
So light switches.
Anyway, I'm doing good. We have to give our Friday days a grade, which is always the hardest thing in the world to do.
We were together, though. This is kind of an easy one.
Real easy. We went to the game. We hung out in the suite. It was a really good game. The Yankees won. I mean, basically what I'm doing right now is seeing my biggest day ever and making sure that this is it. I think it's going to be my first 8, Jake.
Wow.
I mean, come on. We were together. We did like Jomboy and Jake Radio together. Made a Laughs from the Past that's coming out tomorrow. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. Yo, that's a sleeper part of that day.
Yeah. Phenomenal Laughs from the Past coming out on our history comedy podcast. Then we go to the game, get to meet a bunch of wonderful people and hang out with awesome people. Yankees win, and we're in a suite. That's the best day I've had since we started Jomboy and Jake Radio. Hands down.
Big day. Yeah, that's coming off of some sleep. Are you just going 8 on the nose, or what are you doing?
Yeah, flat 8.
Oh God, the story wants me to get just hearing intern Luke getting emotional over our Laughs from the Past story. Like that brought me back a little bit.
Well, we did a Laughs from the Past where I had tears. I had tears. My eyes watered slightly at one point. Definitely got tons of chills, and Luke's editing it. He's got the same thing.
I mean, it's a really good day. I think 8's the number, because you got to leave yourself 2-point buffer just in case, like, you win the lottery or, like, Jeter invites us to hang out on his boat for a weekend, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you're going 8 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good days. Good Fridays for Jake and me. Let's and if you weren't wondering what the theme for the music is today from Jordan, it's instantly recognizable songs. Like from the first strum, everyone knew what song that was going to be, which is cool. It's like a good accomplishment from musicians.
Yeah. I was going to start guessing, but we'll get some through the week, and maybe we'll have we'll list some off on Friday or something like that, or Thursday.
Yeah. Well, let's go straight into the sports. If you missed on Friday,
happy birthday.
Happy Birthday is instantly recognizable.
One of the most recognized songs.
Well, you think in other languages?
Feliz, feliz en tu día.
Oh.
Se acaba la rima.
I'll remind people again, we have canned the Tri-State News segment. This show is now national news and national stories.
Part of the evolution.
Because we feel like that's what the audience likes more. All right, here we go. National news brought to you by Jake Sacchielli.
Ooh.
Do it in your sucks voice.
Well, Jim, what a weekend it was in the sports world. Golden State beats Toronto. They had a big lead. They blew them out in the third quarter, and then Toronto made a game late. Jimmy Boogie Cousins, your guy, Coach Cal's first player to play in the NBA Finals. He has a nice performance. Klay gets hurt. Kevon Looney gets hurt. Andre Iguodala with a big ball shot. On the way out, KD and Klay to Drake say bye, Aubrey, which kind of good because his name's Aubrey. Jim, we had some controversy. Hank Haney in the golf world got in a lot of trouble before the U.S. Women's Open. He just had like a throwaway racist joke. He's like, I don't know, some Korean will win it, probably named Lee. And then a Korean named Lee won it. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Jaguars signed Terrell Pryor. Jim, talk about a weird career arc. We're not going to talk about that, to be honest. CCSU beats Cal in the NCAAs, and then they're both eliminated. Oklahoma, UCLA in the NCAA Softball World Series, Jim. I know that's big for you. Bruins, St. Louis, Game 3 tonight. Boston is up 2-1. MLB drafts today, Jim. Your future could be decided today, but like 5 years from now, because that's how Major League Baseball works. Record home runs hit in May for Major League Baseball, you think. And, Jim, there was that big boxing match this weekend where the fat guy knocked out the in-shape guy. That's all I know.
Oh, boy. Just turned on the TV real quick, and Regis is on there. which makes me happy for you.
What's he talking about?
I don't know. He's talking to Rachel Ray. I don't want to watch this. I'm trying to see if the softball's on.
Rachel Ray, I've seen you in the kitchen, and I love what you do there.
When I said Jake Suckielli, and then I said do your suck voice, and then you did the very voice I was imagining in my head, that was pretty good.
My suck voice.
Your suck voice.
I got a question for you, and it's kind of for intern Luke.
He just left the room.
Does he know who Regis Philbin is?
Luke, do you know who Regis Philbin is? Yeah. He did like a
right? I don't know.
He knows the name, but he has no idea.
Our age group is kind of the last to catch Regis because he was on the morning show and then Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But then he's kind of been gone.
Yeah, retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Golden State beats Toronto. They beat him handily. Is that the update I saw?
So Jim, a couple things you'll like about this. Was a good game again. Toronto had the lead at the half. So Jim, this is a real NBA thing that the road team in the third quarter tries to go out and all-out blitz because people are still coming back from getting food and going to the bathroom at halftime. So the arena is less loud.
Is that the real reason?
That's a genuine real NBA thing. And Golden State blitzed them in the third. They won the third quarter 34-21. And I mean that was the ball game. Toronto beat them in every other quarter. And Golden State blew them out in the third. And when you see the highlights from the third quarter, you see there's a lot more empty seats and stuff. This isn't a BS Jakey theory. Scott Van Pelt mentioned this on his Sports Center last night. And A, it's wild that's a thing. B, it's kind of a bad look for Toronto, but not a terrible look for Toronto because Scott Van Pelt was saying this just happens at all NBA games. And he was it was such a severe contrast because they've been really good fans and the place has been going mental. And that's part of the reason you could see it. So I think, A, the fact that that's a factor is insane. More so, Klay went off for a little bit, and then he got hurt. Boogie Cousins did enough. They had a nice little lead. Toronto brought it close, Jim, and then it was there was a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and Golden State was up 2. And so their plan was basically dribble it out as much as we can or get fouled or literally take a shot with a second left and just try to hit the rim because that would come close to ending the game. They left Iguodala wide open with 7 seconds left on the shot clock from 3. And he does the look around and then he's all right, let's do it. And he banged it. And it was actually pretty cool.
Well, he makes clutch threes. Or back in the day when I was watching their run when the Warriors won their first, it was Iggy making threes was the most fun thing.
He won the MVP in one of the final series. He's this is kind of rude. He's one of the lesser players to win an NBA Finals MVP.
Wow.
Yeah. You
just call him tallest midget?
Him and Danny Green. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, man. And dude,
I was just
how cool is sports that well, it also sucks if you're Bill Buckner, rest in peace. But couple moments.
You kind of called him the shortest giant, not the tallest midget. But he called him the shortest giant.
Couple moments in Andre Iguodala had one good final series, and then he hits this shot, and he's going to be remembered as an all-time clutch guy.
Yeah. That's
right?
How it works. Yeah, you just
Bill Buckner, one of the best hitters of all time, is remembered for a ball going through his leg. So I guess it does go both ways. But yeah, that was pretty big. I don't know. I know you and I are somewhat on the same wavelength. Me with a little more diving into the basketball part of it. But I think Golden State's going to Golden State.
Klay hamstring is injured, but confident he can play Wednesday.
Yeah, he says he's playing. Who knows what that is? Looney got hurt too. I mean, it's not as big of a thing, obviously, and I mean, nobody still knows anything about KD yet. But dude, Boogie Cousins, he played 28 minutes after. I mean, he only had the one game back after.
Can you imagine if KD comes back and they lose the game that he's in?
I mean, that's that's the risk he would run.
That's the risk. That's crazy. But Klay Thompson.
It's also say if they lose next game, he could come back the game after that, and if he wins, he gets more credit than he would get.
That's how it works. But I just saw a stat that Klay Thompson, during the big run the Warriors had, he assisted or scored 13 of the 18 points. So he was like vital to the run.
I'm a Klay guy. I know even Evan from Evan and Co. I don't think he's a big Klay guy. And I mean, Klay hasn't been proven on a team by himself, but dude, Klay's so good
at shooting.
And he's got this weird, quirky, quiet personality, which I think, I don't know. I like it, but I could see why people are like, Klay's kind of weird.
Just coughing over here.
Cat got your tongue? Imagine.
Don't.
Ugh. So you just wake up and a cat has hold of your tongue?
I couldn't follow along with your updates, Jake.
Right.
What was the racist thing?
Oh, dude. So they had the women's US Open this weekend, and Hank Haney, who's like a well-known golf guy, he was just on XM, and he just as like a throwaway line, they were like, "Hey, Hank, who do you think's gonna win?" And he's like, "I don't know. I bet it's going to be named a Korean named Lee or something." And everyone freaked out and was like, "You can't say that, blah, blah, blah." And they're right. And he definitely needed more thought to his answer. But then now it's this Jimmy, the lady who won this weekend, last name Lee, who's Korean, and she has a 6 on the end of her name, because she's like the 6th Lee with her name to play on the LPGA Tour.
So what if like there's 6 Lees that are Korean, right?
Right.
And they're all really dominant, and like the odds are one of them wins. Are you allowed to say that line like as a compliment?
Not really. Like there's just a better way to go about it. Like Hank Haney should have been like, the Koreans have been dominant at the sport, which they have. I think they've won more than half the events this year. But you can't just lump a group of people together and say Lee. That's racist. that's there's a group of Irish people in a bar and someone goes like, "Oh, I bet McGillicuddy's the drunkest in here." And not a perfect example, but something.
Yeah. I was wondering if it could be said, I didn't hear it, but if it could be said in jest where you're like, "I bet one of those Lee girl wins it," because they are the odds-on favorites.
No, if he did say it like a throwaway, there would be a little like, "Oh shit." But yeah, he put his foot over the line, and then it just sucks that the line kind of came back and was right a little bit, but not good for Hammer and Hank.
All right, moving on from women's golf, the Jaguars signed Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, I mean, right quick. I mean, quarterback at Ohio State, scandal, comes to the NFL, tries to play quarterback, moving to wide receiver, has one really good year, gets paid by the Washington Redskins, bad again. Terrell Pryor.
Nice. When's this softball game on? I want to watch this thing.
Probably on tonight, man.
I want to start watching the College World Series too more. I've been out on everything. I love events when ESPN just has games on during the day. I love it. So, and then the Bruins are up 2-1 in Game 4 is tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for that because I haven't watched a playoff hockey game in a little bit. And I mean, this is the finals, and this is like a big game. I mean, you go down 3-1, yeah. But if they tied at 2-2, yeah. So that's some hockey analysis.
That's good analysis, Jake.
Good analysis.
You go up 3-1 or you go 2-2. You know, that translates to baseball in the count as well. The 2-1 pitch is a huge pitch.
It's true. That was my favorite count to hit against, Jim.
2-1?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I knew they had to come at me. If you go 3-1, you're done. I'm done with you.
Jakey Storielli is hitting bombs off you if you go 3-1.
Yeah. You don't want me 3-1. You don't want the speed on the bases, dude.
Someone in the chat wants us to talk about the Pirates. Or Disney.
Pirates?
He just said, let's go Pirates. I think he means the baseball team. But it'd be cooler if he meant like the water criminals because the Pirates are losing.
If there was a story about pirates, I mean, we'd be in business.
8-4 in their last 12.
Okay.
Not good.
My Uncle Rick's favorite team.
We're 2 months
Jim?
away from our MLB only show.
Oh, we're less than that. We're getting close to a month, Jim.
Well, after the
I'm thinking All-Star break.
Start doing a weekly MLB show.
I think that's when we launch.
If the YouTube keeps growing and we have that audience, I'd love to do it.
MLB draft tonight, Jim. You stoked or what?
Couldn't care less.
Care less. Kids, let's see what happens. And yeah, I totally don't know the characters that were in the boxing match. I actually think it was one of the big names. I think it was Wilder or one of them.
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna speak at a turn and not know enough, but the Mexican guy, he's the first Mexican heavyweight champ ever. He wasn't supposed to be in this fight and got like asked to be in it 2 weeks ago. So he wasn't like training for months for it. Someone else bounced. And
Anthony Joshua was the guy he knocked out.
Then he knocked him out and won. 25-1 was the odds, I think. I think it's the biggest odds ever. And that's kind of an awesome story.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just classic. I mean, like, yoked up, as jacked as he could get guy versus, like, guy who's kind of not in great shape, but knocked him out.
But he's got a lot of muscle under all that.
Oh, yeah, but there's a layer.
There is a layer. Shall we move on? Do you have anything else you want to talk about in the sports world? Max Scherzer, we talked about that. Yeah, I'm about to do a breakdown of this dude on the Dodgers. It was a couple days ago. I think it was Friday. Hit a walk-off, Will Smith. And there's a part in it where Kike Hernandez, you can hear him yell. And this is what he yells, Jake.
Okay.
That was so cool. Oh, my God.
That was me in the pool at the bachelor party.
Like, it's so what's the word? Like genuine, but no, it's wholesome. But like such like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is like, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. Fucking hype, man. And then that was so cool.
So cool.
You said that walk off? That was cool. After this is up and edited on the podcast app, I'm going to do that breakdown. I have it all set up. I just need to do the voiceover part. All right.
Nice, man.
That is the half. Any halftime news?
Halftime news. I don't think so, man. Gonna be recording Talking Knicks with Big Baby David this afternoon. Excited to do that. We're doing a little breakdown on RJ Barrett because Big Baby David has fallen in love with him.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and I think he likes his basketball too. So I'm gearing up for that. When are we gonna do voicemails tonight?
I don't know. We gotta figure that out.
Okay.
Katie and Zimmer are doing this fun dance. She needs to give him a bath because he's smelly, but we don't want to go take him to the groomer. Just a shampoo. He doesn't like doing that, and she doesn't want to do it. So like, she's actively procrastinating. Zimmer's unconsciously procrastinating because he just sleeps all day. That's fun. Been watching it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no game today, man. Katie's parents come tonight. and I got a lot of behind the scenes stuff to do that I've been pushing off. So I gotta do it. Let's move on to the news.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
The wives and girlfriends of German sports stars have accepted a proposal to sell their used underwear. Boom, news. A woman's brain tumor turns out to be a parasite growing in her head. Kind of a different thing, same problem, I think. I have no idea, not a medical person. A California woman attempted to photograph a waterfall and fell 150 feet. I don't know how it ended up. A Houston school bus driver was charged with a DWI, Jake, and they blamed it on some bad donuts they ate. I'm not drunk. I just ate a bad donut. A Louisiana school principal was arrested at a D.C. strip club during their field trip. Every 8th grade class goes to D.C. Principal. Mm-hmm. He's been going to the strip club for years, every year with the trip. A horse tried to get served in a McDonald's, was refused service, so it pooed on the floor before leaving. A billionaire's luxury super yacht slipped from the cargo ship that was transferring it and is now lost at sea. Tough break. Sucks to be rich. And a YouTuber who gave a homeless man toothpaste-filled Oreos as a awesome prank has been sentenced to prison.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Some good stories. The news don't quit, man. It's nuts.
The news does not quit. Especially when you're the principal on your 8th grade trip and you go to the gentleman's club and you get arrested.
Yeah. I didn't read the article, but a lot of 8th grades take their field trip to Washington, D.C. as part of the curriculum. This guy, there's two ways this plays. He's a Louisiana principal who's never been outside the area really and went into like a big city in the wide world of everything. And it was like, oh, a strip club. I got to try this. I've never done it, on his own time.
Yeah.
Or this principal goes on this trip every single year and goes to that strip club every single year.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things pulling because apparently he was big in the community. He was the principal. He was also like, he was something with the Louisiana, the Brusley Police Department. He like had to step down from a role there, and he won some big award a few years back. He won the Mike Milken Award, which is $25K. Which is like a prestigious kind of teaching award. So
hold up. We're missing the part of the story. He got arrested at the strip club for refusing to pay because he was so intoxicated, and he's the principal of a Catholic school. So those are the two parts where that's not good. He's actually principal of Holy Family Catholic School. I went to Holy Family Elementary in both New Jersey, and when we moved to Australia, that was the name of my school there too.
Yeah, he's it's a tough look. I don't know. You and I both. You went on did you go on a DC trip?
No, I did not.
Okay.
My school did. I didn't personally.
Oh, you were that kid.
I think I had hockey stuff or something like that.
I went on the DC trip, and it is funny looking back. Like our guy who watched us was the basketball coach, and like that was his only job at the school. Like he was like 23, 24. And they were definitely like, hey, we need some body. Should we ask the basketball coach? So I don't know. Like he was just a young guy that was probably like, yeah, trip to DC, throw me a couple bones. I'll watch the kids. Like, I don't know. I'm sure him and a couple of teachers went boozing after curfew or whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, you can. I think it's okay if you really need to get away and pop in the gentleman's club for a minute, but you can't get so drunk and refuse to pay your bill. That's not good.
Yeah. My sister Courtney got strangled on her trip to DC. I told you that story before?
I don't think so.
They're at the Museum of Air and Space, and my sister, 8th grader, she was giving a fake tour to all her classmates. Like,
Sure.
and here's the first airplane that ever flew south. Blah, 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 you know?
Right.
She's lighting up the room, laughs galore. Oh, Courtney, you're so funny, everyone was saying. And this teacher that thought she was one of his students, which doesn't make it any better, walked up to her and put his hands around her neck, both hands around her neck, and shook her and said, "Oh, you're so funny. Why I oughta," and like shook her neck.
Classic joke.
And yeah, my mom had him arrested
Yeah.
because just scared the hell out of my 13-year-old daughter by fake strangling her.
She's your daughter?
No, that's what my mom said to the cops.
Oh.
First time my mom says my mom listens to this show every now and then. So hi, Mom. She's gonna she always likes. My mom says she always likes when something happens. She's like, Jimmy's gonna tell this story, and then I do, and she like knows me. So she probably just happened to her. But my mom says the word bastard funny, and I was with her when Courtney was in DC when this happened. I was 6th grade or whatever. My mom was on the phone pacing, and she ended with, "Yeah, arrest that bastard," and then hung up. And I was like, "What's happening? Did Courtney get strangled?" And my mom was like, "How'd you know?" Whoa. All right, next story. How about this bus driver? We'll keep it within the school district. Houston bus driver charged with a DUI, and she says, "I wasn't drunk. I just ate a bad donut." Police say she failed her sobriety test miserably.
Yeah.
How do you pull over a school bus?
It's got to be driving bad.
School buses have to have such tighter leniency. Like if you see one car swerve a little, you're like, let's see if they swerve again. See if there was just, one thing, or let's see if they're not driving so well. School bus, one swerve, you're done. Pull this over.
Yeah.
There's kids on that bus.
Big vehicle, a lot of kids. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, if you're this lady, you can't have those donuts again.
She said,
if those donuts got her that drunk.
She said, my stomach was just hurting so bad that a wheel fell off the curb. That's all it was. And going 45 miles per hour, it's going to whip back.
Yeah.
When asked about the sobriety test she failed, she said, it's hard. I couldn't even do it right now.
The hard test.
I'll come back tomorrow sober as can be. And let's see if I can pass that test.
I'll fail this test all day.
Your test is too hard. Walk in a straight line? You drive a bus 10 hours a day for 40 years. See if you walk a straight line.
She's not a walker, Jim. She's a driver.
Alphabet backwards? What are you, nuts?
I always thought that was messed up. I can't do that.
ZYXW.
Well, I don't think people want to hear you do it.
Great, because I was going to stop right there and say, I know the rest, but you don't want to hear me say it.
Peacock a little bit.
Peacock's peacock.
You just say the first 5 letters so confidently, and then you go, you really want to hear this whole fucking thing?
That's what I just did to you. Everyone thinks I know it now.
Well, you didn't do that. I got you off. Luckily. You're welcome, listeners.
ZYXW. Cut me off again. Great.
I don't even know if that's right.
Got any other stories?
The selling underwear kind of jumps out to me a little bit.
This was a storyline in Orange is the New Black, where the female prisoners sold their used underwear. But these are football wags. It's kind of weird that like wag is a term that's known in
Yeah, international term.
Wife and girlfriend.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't. They are attractive. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's turned into a whole thing and started as like an internet conversation. I think there's a chance the money gets donated to charity, so that's kind of a good thing, but also super weird that someone's buying your underoos.
Really weird.
Yeah.
They're pretty attractive. That's the reason why.
Well, I don't know. I think ugly people could sell their underwear too.
I don't get it though. Like, you spend time, you close your eyes, and you think, "Hi, Ben." Yeah, we read the chat sometimes, but you close your eyes, Jake, and you think, "Okay, my underwear is right now. Where is it?" And then you just picture the guy sniffing it or whatever he's doing with it. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the problem. Even with this money goes to charity. I mean, it almost turns into like it's almost blood money because the end result is just super weird.
Yeah, you can't think about what's going on with it.
No, bad things.
What if you sell it in the frame, a seal-proof frame that can never be opened, and then it's just framed on the wall?
That old seal-proof frame that can never be opened.
Declaration of Independence. Watch National Treasure for me. Bullets couldn't penetrate that.
And did you see what Nick Cage did?
He's super smart.
Yeah.
His name wasn't Nick Cage. It was Ben something.
In real life, it's Nick Cage. A little insight for you.
Actually, I don't even think that's Nick Cage's real name.
It's probably not, right?
Yeah, I think it's some Italian name. I think it's like Nicholas Ciabatta.
Nicholas Ciabatta, huh?
Yeah, what is it? Do you know it?
Nicholas Coppola.
Nick Coppola. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coppola. That's
Like me. Got a stage name. I get it.
What's your stage name?
Jake Story.
Oh. Hey, this cargo ship, it's transporting a yacht, right? Oh my God, click the picture. Just such a cute billionaire. You guys see the picture of this billionaire. This sucks for the listeners only. I'll share it with the YouTube crowd. It couldn't
He looks
be,
like a guy you'd like in a movie.
He looks like it's I don't know how to say it. Just a cute billionaire. Have I shared it with the people yet?
Seen the Blues. $38 million super yacht was not secured correctly by the crew and it fell overboard.
Oh,
Jeez.
did you guys lose my yacht? That's okay.
That's all right.
Mistakes happen.
This isn't my first one or my last one.
Why don't I just send a crew to go find the yacht?
Nah, I don't even want it. Leave it down there.
I mean, this headline comes out, and I mean, Pirates. We were asked to talk about Pirates earlier in the show. Pirates got to go crazy. Right? Hey, let's go find that yacht.
Yeah, this is a pretty big win for the pirate community.
Like usually you find treasure, you got to dig and go underneath the water. This is basically above water treasure, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, you just gotta put this on land, let it air out for like 2 days, and then it should be good to go.
I don't think it's sunk. Why's it got to air out?
I think it did.
How did the boat sink?
It was like upside down when it fell out.
Oh.
Like it didn't just fall and then start sailing, and they were like, "Oh, have a good life." Like, what do you think happened?
I think it's
it's free now.
I think it's floating around the ocean.
No, it's underwater. They're digging for it.
Wow.
Salvage attempts are still going on.
They located it.
Yeah, underwater.
That's not as fun of a story. I liked it better when it was just floating around.
You thought this boat just fell overboard, landed, and they just let it go on its merry way?
Yeah, I thought it was a sabotage from the
Just have a good life at sea, Mr. Boat?
Yeah, like that Russian who bought the Nets, who said he bought a super big yacht, went on it once, and got seasick. So now it's just at sea. Some other people are using it. I thought it was that type of thing.
Okay.
After Hurricane Sandy hit New Jersey, my uncle lost his boat just floating around the ocean somewhere. That's kind of cool, right? Just boats, free boats. Hurricane Sandy.
Free boats.
All the pirates.
They probably go under at some point.
Yeah, maybe. One could float around forever.
One could float around forever.
I believe there is a ghost cargo ship in the ocean. Like that one, didn't we do this that got found? Mysterious ghost ship reappears after 9 years lost at sea. It spent 9 years just floating unmanned the ocean, and then someone ran into it. How cool is that?
Pretty wild.
I think there was like there's video of people going on the ghost ship and like videotaping it. It's like crazy.
You'd be so scared.
Oh, I'd never go on that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The chat cracks me up, Jake.
Yeah, I see that.
People, Grant King. No. USA Patriot. Thanks for your service. Came in the chat and just said, "What am I watching?"
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Any other story you want to talk about? You want to go to bet of the day? Kind of a quicker show. Maybe they're going to be quicker without Tri-State.
If you're ready for it, I mean, I guess the horse tries to get served in McDonald's, pooed on the floor. I guess we'll.
Well, I mean, I think that's an issue where I'm going to hate the writer of that story.
Oh, yeah. It's a bad
Sounds like a horse accidentally walked into McDonald's, took a shit, and then they had to get it out of there. And the guy who wrote the story was like, horse wanted a Happy Meal.
Horses poop literally wherever they go.
Oh, there's a video of it, Jake, so that's fun.
Okay.
It's kind of a dirty-looking gray horse. Oh, it's got a guy on the back with one of those two-wheeled chariots, you know, you'd see in like Gladiator. They probably have a name that I don't know about. They led their horse into the restaurant, and the nag got at least halfway in before deciding the fast food mecca was not for him. The manager of the restaurant said he was shocked, never witnessed an incident, never had a horse come into a store before. They came through the drive-thru on their horses and ordered 2 drinks from the side window. That's kind of fun. I don't hate that. I'm not curmudgeon enough that if you take a horse and wagon through the drive-thru, that's cool. Always pissed me off in college. If you were an employee at the McDonald's by Sonoma State University in Roanoke Park, California in 2008, 2009, and you didn't allow people to walk through the drive-thru when the inside was closed, I still have a bone to pick.
We all see that now.
Yeah. Just hope one of you's listening and say that policy is stupid. Jake, you never know. We could be huge with the ex-McDonald's employee from Roanoke Park 2008 crowd.
Bet of the day, it's the bet of the day. Bet of the day, bet of the day.
Bet of the day, bet of the day. It is the bet of the day, and Jakey is coming off a winner. Last Friday, he chose the Yankees to beat the Red Sox. We were there. We witnessed it. They did. I agreed. We're both coming off winners. Jake salvaged his week. He didn't go 0 for. He got 1 win by that Friday. His total record now is 48-50. He's doing good. He's coming off a heater. Can he turn the leaf? I think the bad stretch. Let's do it. Let's get a winner. We're all rooting for you. Jake, what do you got today?
Well, Jim, I've got bad news because I think we're going to start the week opposing each other.
Okay.
Because it's one of your Jake theories. It's not a betting theory. It's a Jake theory.
It's Boston. You're betting against Boston.
We talked about it before, Jim. If St. Louis wants any shot at this series, you have to win tonight. You can't go down 3-1. It's in St. Louis. Tarasenko, are you kidding me? Place is going to be rocking. St. Louis, you, me, your dad, and your brother had a nice conversation on the way to the Yankees game about good sports towns. St. Louis, pretty good sports town. I think they need this game. It's basically a pick 'em. Give me St. Louis at home.
Who's favored?
It's St. Louis minus 110. It's essentially a pick 'em, but St. Louis is slightly favored.
Blues at home.
Blues are at home.
Is this their first home game?
This is their second home game. I think they lost the first home game. Yeah, by a lot.
I usually go against you when Boston's involved. What's your NHL record?
No idea.
Oh, it looks like we don't have that.
Don't have it. Inconclusive.
Yeah, well, in your last one. I think you've
Okay.
only done one. Oh no, 1-1. There you go. There you go, Jakey.
Yeah, man. I've
You're
got
1-1.
some hockey bets in there.
Yeah, it looks like you got 2. You're 1-1. Good job. Yeah. I wanted to root for you, but
Jakey, about to make a big mistakey.
I'm a man of principles. When Boston's involved, I think you get blinders. I think Boston's better and been there, and Boston knows the 2-1 game is just as big to win as the Blues know it is to lose. So they're both going to be fired up, and I think Boston's a better team.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's the end of the show. Got anything to say? Any last words?
No, man. Good luck today.
Just with my day?
Well, yeah, you got a lot going on. You got to do a big airport run. You got the faux in-laws coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I got to do some breakdowns. I got to do some.
Let me know when we can record the voicemail app.
Yeah, I'll figure that out as soon as we get off the air here. Thank you guys for listening. If you're YouTube only, this is Jomboy and Jake Radio. We appreciate you checking it out. National sports stories, national weird stories. Podcast. You can listen to it on the podcast app if you don't want to look at us. Although I think both of us look nice today.
Wow.
How about that? Both wearing polo shirts.
Wow.
So there's that. That's the end. I took my first outside shower yesterday, Jake. I was really excited about that. It's a
Real
great
nice.
time. Yeah, that's Richard. What's the guy who owns Virgin?
Richard Gere.
Richard Branson.
Branson, yeah, Branson.
I think he did an article once because he's so rich, and he was like, I haven't taken an indoor shower in years. Because he's always on like a yacht or a boat or a destination place.
Right.
And
probably has a really badass outdoor shower at his house.
Yeah, that is luxury. I got an outdoor shower, but I have to wear a bathing suit because there's no windows. But that's a rub, but it's worth it because I like showering outside so much.
And you have a tiny wiener.
You don't like? Do you not like outside showers? Because you don't like having the window open when you shower.
I'm just not a big shower guy.
Oh yeah. Bathhouse, steam room,
I like
bathhouse.
outdoor showers. Yeah, I do anything anywhere. That's pretty much my life.
Ooh, all right. Here's Nirvana.